Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. With a bang bang. Come on.
I hope you're having a good day or had a good day wherever you may be in this world. Today I am doing my first Valentine's Day look of the year 2019. Last year I believe I only did one Valentine's Day look and it was a black and red look. I will leave that down below. I do plan on doing 2 other Valentine's Day looks, so altogether this year you will have 3. This is a more subtle yet glam Valentine's Day look. I plan on doing like a simple Valentine's Day look and an extra glam Valentine's Day look. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see those. So I just want to say that I have been consistently uploading since the beginning of last month, and I want to say 93 subscribers. I have 101 subscribers. I know that it's not like absolutely amazing, because there are larger YouTubers and other YouTubers who have a lot more views and stuff than I do. But for a small YouTuber and someone that does this for fun and as a fun hobby, it's an amazing goal. So my next goal is 250 subscribers. I just really appreciate everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate whoever watches my channel, and it's really just a fun hobby for me. Makeup is just like my top #1 thing to do. So when I reached 100 subscribers, I was super happy, and it just goes to show that when you put in time and effort into things give back. So I really do appreciate it. If you would like to see how I got this look right here, then please just keep on watching. My eyebrows are already done. I'm not sure if you can tell. My eyebrows don't really need that much filling in, and I am completely rocking the natural hair look today. I'm sure you saw in the beginning we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day look. This is the first time me filming my Valentine's Day look for this year. So that being said, I will link my Valentine's Day look that I filmed last year, which was super bold. It was a black and red look, and I gave you 2 lip options instead of 1. And I believe I'm going to be giving you 2 lip options in this video as well. So we're just going to go ahead and start, and I am going to continue my 1 palette tutorial even with this Valentine's Day look. And the palette that I'm going to be using today is a Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I'm going to set my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral, and I just got this. I did my first voiceover the other day, and I honestly think that I do enjoy it. I just got to get more used to it. Alright, so since we don't have any foundation on yet, or well, I don't have any foundation on yet, I'm not sure if you're following along with this video or not, I can be as messy as I want with this look because I will go in and clean it up after the fact. I'm going to be dipping into the shade Demure and putting that right in my crease. As you notice, I did not set my crease. I did not set my eyelids. I'm using the Morphe M441 brush, and I just want to use the shadow as like pretty much a setting, but something that will allow my bolder pinks to go on very seamlessly. So I take it all the way from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner and just keep going. And then I'm going in with the shade Dollface and just going over that same exact spot. And I'm pretty much just doing windshield wiper motions. I'm not going in circles until I go in the middle. I kind of do circles just a tiny tad bit. I just want to let you know my videos, I have to cut into them like a lot of my blending time and all of that, because if I don't, a lot of the looks take me like over an hour, and so I edit it out, and if I don't, then the videos would be super long. So just blend until it looks good and it's seamless and everything is coming together. And I'm going to take the shade Risk. I want to say it's Risque, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm switching over to my Mally Fluffy brush. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I'm focusing this right on the outer corner to the middle of my eye. Now I'm going to take my Morphe M433 brush. It is a flatter brush, and I'm going to use it as my packer, and I'm going to be using the shade Maneater. It is like a cranberry, but it is pink. I'm focusing this right on my outer lash line and pretty much that V into the crease, but again, I'm not being super perfect with it. If you want more pigment, then pack it on where you're going to blend it, and then you can blend it out. I'm going back in with that Morphe M441 brush and blending. I'm going to take a brush, a fluffy brush that has nothing on it. So this one is just from BH Cosmetics, and it looks like this. It has nothing on it. It doesn't have a name or anything like that. And I'm going to be going back into that shade Demure. I don't know if I'm saying these names right or not, and I'm going to make sure that all of these eyeshadows are pretty much blended, because besides what I'm about to do next, the packing the pink color on is pretty much done. I'm going to be taking my Emax design brush. They're honestly super nice brushes. It's just a super flat brush, and I'm going to try, I like to try the shimmers with the brush and then with the wet brush. First I like to try it with a dry brush and then with a wet brush, and then if that doesn't work, I like to do it with my finger. And I'm going to go in with the shade Pink Diamond. And literally this is going, I'm focusing it more towards the middle of my eye, but I am going to put it like all over my eye and bring it into your inner corner. So I'm going to take the shade Fling, which is a deeper pink, and I'm going to focus that on my outer corner. Focus that on my outer corner just because that's a deeper pink shimmer, and I always like deeper shades on the outer corner. And you also want to make sure that that blends into that shade Pink Diamond. Just to show you how much of a punch that these things pack when you use your finger, I'm going to go in with my, what the heck is it, ring finger on my right hand, and take that shade Pink Diamond, and it's on my finger. And again, focus it right in the middle. Do you see that? Crazy. And then all the way to the inner corner. I don't rub, I kind of just like pat it on there. And then I'm going to take that same finger after wiping it off, and with that shade Fling, and focus it right on the outer corner. Even though this is a super pink shade, I'm going to be going in with that shade Bubbly, and I'm going to focus right on the middle of my lid just because I want the focus to be like the middle of my lid, so that way it's the most shimmery. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe M441 brush and blend the tops, like where the crease is, just so that way again it's very seamless. I'm going to be taking a makeup wipe, whichever you use or whichever you prefer, but I use the Neutrogena Makeup Removing Wipe, and I'm going to clean up all of this mess. But again, this is really preference on how you want to do it, but I'm going to explain to you how I do mine. So I want to smoke out my bottom lash line, so I want it to be able to touch the top eyeshadow. So I'm going to start down here and go up with my eyebrow. With this, I don't have any primer on, I don't have any foundation on, so I'm not wiping off anything besides that extra shadow. And same thing down here. I swipe up to the corner of my eyebrow. And then because we used the glitter, some of it could have transferred down underneath your eye, so you want to clean that up. I'm using two primers that I haven't used in a while, which are the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Smoothing Primer, and then the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. So this is the Mattifying Primer, and I focus that especially on my nose, my chin, and my forehead. This is a really, really great mattifying primer, but it's to the point where like your face is gonna be like not breathing. And then I'm gonna take the smoothing primer and focus this where most of my pores are, which is right here in my cheek area. I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Toasted Coconut. I truly enjoy this foundation. It really is full coverage, so if you don't like a full coverage foundation, I wouldn't recommend, but you can always go to Sephora and get a sample for free. This stuff really does have such a crazy smell. It honestly is like an old, like an elderly lady's perfume, but not like super intense. It honestly reminds me of my grandmother's perfume, but like the perfume that I actually liked that she wore, which is weird. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. It's a high coverage creamy concealer in the shade Coconut Flakes 10N. This concealer is really good because it has this like metal piece, so when you put it on your eyes, it is super cold, which is actually really good for under your eyes. And I just like to put a little bit out and kind of dab it on there. I don't like to rub because I just feel like when I rub it moves the foundation everywhere and then it looks weird afterwards. And to set my under eye, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution baking powder in the shade Banana. I honestly don't want to use this anymore because the first two ingredients in this are talc and aluminum starch something, and that's just awful. They are cruelty free and vegan, but that don't mean nothing when it comes to the ingredients that are in a product. Alright, so I just like to take this in the cap because there's really no other better place. And before you set the under eye, you want to make sure that all creases and everything are blended out. And then I take my sponge with a lot of product and pack it on there because later on I'll go and wipe it away. I found that this is the best thing for me. It's the only thing that helps without creasing for as long as I can hold it. And for setting powder, if you watched my review, you know that I absolutely love this stuff. It is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in the shade Cashew. I like to take a more fluffier brush and not a super dense brush just because this one is a little bit too dark for me, and so when I take a fluffier brush, it doesn't deposit as much color as it should. I'm taking my Real Techniques powder brush. It's super fluffy. That excess powder underneath your eye, I don't like to leave it on for too long. One thing that I really like to do after setting my face, just so that way my face doesn't look super powdery, is I take any setting spray that I have, and I've been using this one a lot just because I want to get rid of it because I've had it for forever. And this is the Wet n Wild All Day Wear Photo Focus Setting Spray. To set my eyebrows, I'm using the NYX Control Freak. And now taking my Morphe sponge and pressing it into my skin, and this will allow for the setting spray to melt in with my foundation and my powder. Makes for a more seamless, perfected look. Now, a product I haven't used in forever for contouring is this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce De Leche. If you're in the market for a really good contour powder or contour palette, this one is really, really good from the drugstore. And I believe it's only a few dollars. And I'm going to take my Luxie 660 Precision Foundation Brush. Guys, makeup doesn't have rules. You don't have to use a brush for what it says it's for. I just like to use this one because it's really good to get in there. And now I'm going to take my favorite bronzing brush, which is the Morphe M523, and I'm going to be taking my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade 720 Sunny. This one honestly reminds me of the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, but I just would like to use this. I like to use a mixture of the drugstore as well as higher end brands. I like to go in with any dual fiber brush that I have just to blend this out. So this is an Eco Tools blending and bronzing brush, and I just think it's too big to be bronzing, so I do use it for blending. And this is just so that way I have no harsh lines and everything is blended. You can't tell where I started and you can't tell where I ended. I don't want to use anything super pink or too pink. I kind of just want my eyes to be the star of the show. And so I'm going to take my Jouer palette, Adore Blush Duo, and I'm going to be mixing both shades. They're Adore Me and Hold Me, and it's literally so beautiful. So I'm going to be mixing both of them just because they're not too pink, not too peach. They're pretty much the perfect color. So because the colors that I'm using today are all pinks and Valentine's Day looks, that's what I want to go with. So I'm going to start with my Kat Von D Alchemist Holographic palette, and I'm going to use the shade Pink Opal, which is this one right up here. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe M501 brush and dipping into that Pink Opal and highlighting the tops of my cheeks. That is super pink. You guys see that? And then I'm going to do right above my brow bone. And then just because I like to be a little bit extra with my highlighter sometimes, I'm going to be using my Sleek Makeup palette. I'm going to be mixing these two right here. One's more of like a champagne-y pink and one is more of like a pinkish purple. And just to get the best of both worlds, I'm going to mix both and put it right on top of that. Okay. And then I'm going to take my wet beauty sponge and stamp that in just so that way it kind of blends seamlessly and isn't just a big line. Sorry guys, I'm losing the light outside, so I had to turn my face up brighter. I apologize. I know I look super white. I'm using the e.l.f. Professional Concealer Brush. It is very tiny, and I'm going to go back in with the Kat Von D Alchemist Palette and grab that pink opal and focus that right underneath my eyebrow to give it the appearance of a lifted look and also have a pink highlight underneath. Alright, now we're going to go back in and we're going to finish the under eye and put on lashes and all of that, as well as lipstick. So I apologize if this video is a million years long, but this is my first Valentine's Day look of the year 2019, and I hope that you have made it this far, and I hope that you stick around and make it to the end. Alright, I'm going to go in with this Luxie brush, Luxie 141 Mini Round. This is like perfect for right under the eye. And just to kind of do what we did in the beginning, we go from first shadow to last shadow and literally just do everything that we did in the beginning. So I'm going to start with Demur, and you want to make sure that it's also blending in with the shadow that is already there on the top of your eyelashes, on the top of your eyelids, because you want it to be seamless. You don't want it to look like not connected. When I get towards the inner corner, I kind of lift my brush a little bit more than normal because I don't want it to be super intense in the inner corner. I like the inner corners to be a little bit more lighter than the outer corner. And now I'm going to go in with that shade Dollface, and this will be the last color that's going all over the bottom lash line. And I'm going to go in with that shade Risque. I want to say it's Risque because it's got like that hyphen at the top of it, and I'm going to focus at the top of the E, and I'm going to focus this literally on my outer corner, blending it out up into that wing, and then dipping into that shade Maneater and literally focusing this right here. I don't want to go any further than right there. And we're going to go in with this Luxie 121 Mini Tapered Brush with that shade Demur, which is that lightest of the pink. Whoa. And just blend all of that out. After smoking out the bottom lash line, I'm going to go in with my finger in that shade Pink Diamond again and bring it all the way to the inner corner. Then I'm going to be taking that small e.l.f. brush and dipping into my Alchemist palette. Now, I know that I said that this is a one palette tutorial. It truly is. So if you don't have this palette and you want to go strictly into a one palette tutorial, all you have to do is take the bubbly shade and focus that on your inner corner. But I don't want to focus that on my inner corner, so I'm taking the Alchemist palette. So again, I'm going in with that pink opal shade from the Alchemist palette and focusing this right on my inner corner. See how much of a pink pop that gives? So I'm going to go in with a cream eyeliner, and I'm using the Kiko Everlasting Kajal in the shade 01. Everybody knows how to put on mascara and put on lashes, so I'm going to go do that off camera, and then I will be back to give you my two lip options. Alright, so eyelashes are on, mascara's on, and now we're going to go into the lips. I'm going to be honest, I just sat here for about 10 minutes trying to decide two options for lips. So I have a matte lip option, and then I have a matte lip option with a gloss on top. Before doing this look, I really wanted to try and do a really bold lip as well as a nude lip, because I don't really like doing two nude lip options. But I tried some bold lips. Because of the color of my eyeshadow, it just doesn't look good with a really bold lip because of the bold lips that I have. So I have like deep red, deep browns. It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. So I decided to go with two light nudes or two nudes. So let me just kind of focus you down here for a bit. I'm going to go in with the Laritzi Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Bear, just because of the two lipsticks that I have are kind of similar in shade. First lipstick I'm going to use is a Smashbox lipstick, and the packaging says Be Legendary lipstick, do not wrong. So I don't know if it's a Be Legendary or if it's do not wrong, but this is a very beautiful nude shade. So this is the first option. It's literally the same color as my lips, a little bit lighter. You could 110% leave it like this, but because of the shimmer on my lids, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Lip Gloss in the shade Pearl. It's a very beautiful iridescent look, and I'm going to put this, focusing it on the middle of my lips, just that way it can give you more of a pout, but also on the outsides of the lips. So if you look, it honestly kind of matches my lid. So this is your first option, a matte lip with a gloss on top. I am going to go in with my second option, which is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Androgyny. This is a bit of a deeper shade. This is the Androgyny look. I do like this one because it's a little bit deeper, but because the eyes are super shimmery, I kind of like the gloss, so you can leave it just like this, but because I liked the gloss so much, I'm going to take that same Anastasia gloss and put it right in the middle of my lips. It gives you like the appearance of a more poutier lip, but yeah, this lip option is beautiful as well. It's just a little bit deeper than the eyeshadow. Alrighty guys, this is my first Valentine's Day video. I'm not sure what I am going to title it yet, but you are watching it, so obviously I titled it something. I hope that you enjoyed the process. I know the video was probably a little bit too long, but I just know that I haven't been doing makeup tutorials. I've been just getting into the groove of having my channel up and running consistently and uploading 2 videos a week. But I do promise to have more videos, more makeup tutorials coming out. So I appreciate you if you are still here and made it to the end of this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check the description box for anything that I may have forgotten to mention. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next one.